Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream welcome back once again to the live stream. Let me make sure the audio is working. It didn't work yesterday morning. Let me just double check it's working this morning. Yep, it's all good. Perfect. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in this morning. It has been a long while since we were live last. Respectfully, considering we're on the same flight. It's been a long time since we've been back. But we have been cruising throughout the night. We are currently about an hour outside of Singapore. We are right above the Gulf of Thailand. Come back on the inside. The map. Let's see if we can get a map that works here. Here we go. We have our night. We're just above the Gulf of Thailand, just kind of a little bit north of what city is this? Kota Bharu. And so Volanta's showing us about 54 minutes out. The FMS 2259. I've sped up the clock a little bit in the sim so we can maybe have a sunrise coming in Singapore. But yeah, we got about an hour left to go. We've been in the air for 17 hours and 3 minutes so far. So quite the long flight. But everything's been smooth. We've actually been alright. Fuel was a concern when we were leaving JFK. But we're actually expecting to arrive now with 11 tons left over, which is a good, healthy margin. We were... Where's the OFP? There we go. We're expected to have a minimum... we expected to burn 106 tons of fuel. And we were expected to have a minimum takeoff fuel of 116 tons, so 10 tons extra. So we're actually going to be alright. We're going to be within our margin, our contingency, our alternate, and final reserve fuel. So we're actually legal. But yeah, you can actually see top of descent. That's about 320, about maybe 300-ish miles away. We got on 320 miles on the range here. Ooh, the speeds tape is jumping. But other than that, everything is going perfect so far. Let's go and double check our arrival. We have into Singapore. We have runway 02 left, and we are set the ILS. We don't have any star setup. The approach that it has us on is a it's kind of joins a SID, or excuse me, it joins a star, but it isn't a star because there isn't really a star that picks up from where our what's the word, where our route ends. Could change it up a little bit if we wanted to. We could join the Liba 2 Alpha, and then that would set us up for the approach, which we might do actually. Oh yeah, that brings us over like downtown Singapore. Let's actually do that. So we're gonna modify the approach here. So let's go ahead. We're gonna do runway 02 left, ILS, and just give me 1 second here. I'm just setting this up on Navigraph just so I know what I'm doing here. Perfect. So we're going to set up, yeah, ILS runway 02 via Apipa. And there's our star, the Liba 2 Alpha. And we don't have any transitions with this star. We're just going to do we'll modify our route a little bit here. So we'll insert that into the temporary. So if we come down to the next page here, we have Papsu, and then we go back to Paspu. So we want to go, I believe if we click this one, if we click this one, insert next waypoint. No clear escape. So we have one Papsu, and I want to come down. There's a second Papsu. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. I'm going to insert that. So we go all the way from here. We go from PBAP, and then we go to PASPU, and then that starts the SID. Excuse me, the star. I keep getting the SID star mixed up. Now what I'm just doing real quick is I am adjusting the route on the Navigraph side. Of things just to look right. Perfect. And then let's go. I want to double check how this is going to set us up. So we're going to go from there. Samco, and then it's going to bring us back to a Pipa. But a Pipa is a little bit of a sharp turn. So what I'm actually going to do is from Samco, we're going to go direct to Anuma. We are basically modifying this, but to our liking, but it's all right. We're actually not on VATSIM. There isn't any ATC, so we hopefully will see some multiplayer traffic. But there we go, from Samco to Anuma, and then that is our arrival. Beautiful. Everything is set up. We got, the winds actually calmed down. They were a lot stronger earlier. Let me see if I can't refresh the METAR here real quick. 350 at 5. So we got some calm winds. It's gusting in JFK where we left. It's 320 at 24, gusting 3.5. Very gusty day over there. Actually, never mind. We do have ATC on. Let me just... Hopefully no one is on Singapore 23, because I know that's a popular call sign. I will update via pilot later. Alright, we're back. We're going to have to pre-file again. I'm going to file my updated route. And flight plan filed. Cool. We are back on VATSIM. And so, with that, let us... We got WSS approach on. I'm just going to go ahead and tune them up. I don't believe we're going to touch any centers as we go into Singapore here. We got approach and tower on. So 1, 2, 4, 6 is what we have today. Switch it over, and now while we got some time, I want to double check that none of these. Now, yeah, the views keep changing the radio. You gotta figure out which one I can't use real quick. Let's stand by. We're figuring stuff out. I gotta change some keybinds. I can't use my outside one. Okay. Alright. 1, 2, 4, 6. What about everything else? That one's alright. That's good. Okay, these are alright. Interesting. Alright. So those left and right FMS ones work cool. Alright, it's literally anything that is... Let me pull up ChasePlane here and I can show you what I'm talking about. So both left alt 1 and shift 1 mess with the radios. And it also, I know it messes with the... I think this is a default ATC thing. Let me pull up the default ATC here. It must be doing something with it. So if I pull this up, that's not what it was tuning to. It's interesting how this works, but it's pulling something. When I click those, it's pulling a frequency up. As you can see, there's all the request pushbacks there from when we were at JFK. But alright, I will just be, at some point, I'm going to have to go through and reassign to where these buttons are. I'm probably going to move them to the numpad, because the numpad seems to be working fine. But I will try to remember. Actually, I can just... Let me just do that real quick for this so I don't accidentally press the button. And you can see on here, I want to do left shift num1. Let's see if this fixes our issue. And I'm going to bring up the Stream Deck software and just change that right there real quick. No, don't do that. Num end? Okay. I don't know if it'll let me do this. Hold on. Okay. That's set. What if I... So now if I come back and I press the button... Okay, it's good. Let me do this for that real quick then. Left alt num1. Go back to Stream Deck software. So now if I come back. Cool, we've solved our issue with that real quick. It's just a matter of finding keybinds that work. There actually isn't anything bound for like left shift 1 or 2, left alt 1 and 2. So in the sim, so I don't know what's causing it. It's probably just a default behavior of the sim. But that's figured out. Real quick, actually, before we go into the descent here, there's a video that's popped up on my YouTube that I want to show. And actually, a friend of mine, Ken, just messaged me with this too. But it's the maiden flight of the world's largest. It's of a 777X RC plane by Rami RC. This thing is massive. Might be hard to tell the scale from this, but he has his own little airport, model airport, I believe in Germany. But yeah, it's hard to tell the scale. Maybe you can tell a little bit by the car sitting there, but this thing is massive. It's like 20 feet almost, I think. Just look at this thing. That an RC plane. Look at him standing next to it.
Flight. It's early morning. We have a good weather, and we are all nervous. We are all nervous. We're just waiting on Tyler to come down, and it's on him from now on. We did our job. It's now him. You know? Yeah. Wish us luck. Ready, buddy?
This is a dream to have a house like this that you can just build RC planes and have a runway personally for you to use. There's the wings getting it attached on. I'd love to know the... That's... I'd love to know this controller. It's an interesting looking... Is it DC-84? DC-84 controller? Nope. Alright. Look at that. The amount of batteries and electronics in this thing.
Watch your truck. All right, we good? Everybody
Right.
good? Okay.
Here it goes, the first flight. It has the wing. Now you have the wingtip still up. Oh, he took it up with the wingtip still up.
Got the wingtips, all good. Try to put them down. No. They won't, they might not lock.
2. Gear up.
Gear doors still open as it flies. It looks interesting with the wings up, or with the wingtips up. It's like it's got regular
I want to go down.
737 wingtips.
73, 71, 68, 65.
Is the runway attached to this house, I wonder then?
73.
You see the gear down?
Yeah.
I'd maybe imagine so, but that's quite the house next to it, or all that. Delta Aviation Travels, hello! Good morning to you as well.
70,
From my hometown.
79.
Just checking out this video before we descend into Singapore here in a few minutes.
63.
And one of the wingtips trying to come down.
56. 52.
Look at this thing, it's menacing. The only thing is the wheels give it a little bit of an odd look because they're really thin wheels. But I think they were gonna... I remember watching previous videos of this, of them wanting to make those wheels different.
54.
Watch out, watch out,
52.
watch out.
40.
Oh, beauty. Look at the smoke of the wheels as they lock up.
16.
My goodness, I could not breathe.
I know you couldn't
Holy
breathe.
cow.
I think I broke the
What?
no,
Wingtips?
they're going up, yeah.
No, they.
You want to try it again? No, that's one minute.
Good. We still have. You can go up and bring it back.
Everyone freaking out
That was,
or not breathing.
this wasn't down, this I'm just thinking about some other things, and I had to do the landing, so.
Okay. So
Congratulations, congratulations.
Now he's got the wingtips down, so let's see, are they going again? Still got
I
like
think that was the same.
most of the video left to go through.
Ooh, perfect.
Using all the runway to turn around.
Sure, take off, one pass and land.
Yes.
Sure.
Right, second flight.
Gyro.
Same batteries, taking off. Listen to the sound. That's a good sound. Gosh, yeah, it's. I remember when the 777 took its first flight. The 777X took its first flight. I was like, damn, that wingspan. And now it's just. It's the same with this. The wingspan on this plane is insane looking.
Nice. Sounds so good. So quiet.
Yeah.
78.
Clear the trees. Watch the.
Look at that
Back
thing.
up, please.
Look at that thing. That is so cool.
74.
Yeah.
74.
It even has a spool up time of a 777.
Yeah.
Gear down. 89.
Oh, that's a cool camera. Is that on a gear door?
Flaps full.
85.
85. 84. 81.
Look at that! Look at that! It's just so menacing looking. That's so cool.
74.
With just the wingspan.
73.
Yes. 3 down.
Where's my?
71.
Even got flaperons.
71.
That's
70.
insane.
68. 67. 65. 62. 60.
I wonder what the
59,
call outs are.
58.
If it's feet?
58. 57. 57. 57. 58.
Where are you, Rami?
I'm behind you. I'm behind you.
57. 57.
No, I don't know what a 50. Battery?
Oh my God.
45.
That's insane.
Oh God, yeah, continue with the climbing, don't come on, just 2.
You recently ordered your RX 7600, 8 gigabytes. Let's go. Nice.
And you know what? You know what the thing is though? The flaps are so good. It slows
they
it
are.
way down. Like I got to keep the throttle in, so I need to trim the throttle up,
Right.
so it doesn't kill completely. It's flying like the A380. Like
Yeah, right.
it's like whatever.
This is unbelievable, guys.
That's great.
Holy cow. Holy cow. My God.
Good job, man.
Breathe,
She's amazing, yes, breathe. Oh my God. Ooh.
That thing flies like. I know you don't hear this. You gotta fly it. It is like flying the A380 or the C-17. It's the same thing. It just doesn't go as fast. It won't go as fast. And so I kept. You know, I think I will have that continuous speed click just to know.
We can, yeah.
Because it's so big that I don't know what it's like, how fast it's going.
I thought you were going way slow when you did that turn. And then I read the speed and you were 80 something.
Right.
Oh, is it speed?
Down to land.
Maybe that call that was
I
speed.
felt like I was getting too slow, so I was throttling all the way up. And because that spool time is a problem. So
Yes.
this one I think we need to have it spool up so that it never stops. So that I can just get it to go where it needs to go. But
Yeah, spool up time's the thing. It's like the real one.
all right, wingtips down.
Nice.
Ready?
Hold on. They're not down yet. No, they're
No,
not
I
down.
put them down. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, yes.
I love that. That's so cool.
Okay.
That's so cool. Stand by 1 second. I just want to make sure we're not going to miss top of descent here. Coming up. We're all good there. Perfect. What a cool shot.
79. 80, 40,
Yeah, look at the thing. It's just so menacing as it comes by.
82, 80,
Oh gosh.
70,
That thing is, it looks insane.
70, 40, 70, 40,
Oh my god. What I wouldn't give to have
Yes.
a model of a 777X like this.
55, 51,
Ooh, little side loaded, but came down pretty nice.
32,
Beauty on the
With
landing.
spoilers. Epic. Epic. Wow. Wow, dude.
Eyes, like a dream.
Crazy.
I'm curious what they're gonna paint it as. Because there's no way they're not painting this. Yeah, it's in the paint shop. I'm curious what it's gonna be. Yeah, I wonder if Lufthansa, Boeing house livery. Oh, did he say that? Hold on.
It will look amazing, white blue. It will look amazing.
Stripe.
It's on him now to make this look pretty. He will paint this. It's going to be the original Boeing 777X livery, which is the
Oh,
blue
good.
one. It will look amazing.
The house livery for the 777. That's gonna be a good livery for that. All right, but that was a fun one to watch. Could go ahead and turn the sim back up. All right, we're about, let's see, we can bring it down here and we can look at this. Let's get back to the top. Top of descent is in about 15 minutes. Looking good. We can plan our break to vacate already. We can come over to the approach page here. We'll start throwing in our metrics for the airport here. Make sure we get the latest weather here. Winds 330 at 4. There is a way to request METAR data in this plane, is there not? Data. Okay. WSSS. If I do this.
Singapore approach the Steamer 16 climbing 3000 feet.
Alright, not there. Aperture.
Singapore approach identified, climb flight level
Status?
150, cancel seat.
No.
Continuous, sorry, climb 15,000 feet, Steamer 16.
These are things that are good to figure out before you go live, but we're figuring out on the fly. Okay, well, is the EF, or does the, I don't believe there's one on here that shows weather.
Singapore approach, good.
Figure it out. I'll figure it out at some point.
Singapore
But pick it up from
65,
Volanta winds
flight level 200 now.
300, or excuse me, 330
Singapore approach, good morning.
at 4. Enter that in. Outside air temperature in Singapore, we got 26 degrees. It is a warm day there. QNH standard day 1013. We'll do a flaps full config. And we are expecting, I'm gonna guess we'll get 02 left. Let's see, do we have an ATIS into Singapore?
Singapore 635, descend 10,000 feet.
Arrival
Change
ATIS 128.05. 128.025. Let me throw that in.
To left, wind 330 degrees 4 knots, visibility 10 kilometers, cloud view 1,500, 6,000 scattered, temperature 26, 2.24, QNH 1013 hectopascals, Squall mode Charlie on all taxiways. Taxiway designations may not be accurate on scenery, refer to charts. New start effective error 2403 arrival via Alpha 464 airway expect to join Tevin Star after Arana. Acknowledge information goals.
Information golf. And let's see if we get what arrivals they're
Singapore
planning.
Changi Airport, arrival, information goals, time 1600. Simultaneous parallel dependent approaches are being conducted. Expect ILS approach runway 02 left or runway 02 center.
All right.
Expect landing runway 02 left. Wind 330 degrees 4 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers. Cloud view 1,500. 6,000 scattered. Temperature 26. 2.24. QNH 1013 hectopascals.
All right.
Mode Charlie on all taxiways.
So that's the ATIS information golf. Expecting runway 02 left, and we have a barrow minimums of 222 feet on the ILS. Enter that, and there we go. That's our arrival setup. We got correct transition level, flight level 130. Head back to the cruise page here, and now we can go and start up to set up brake to vacate.
123.7.
So go to the plan mode, and we'll zoom in less than the 10 range of the ring.
Give it 16, contact Singapore radar 123.7. Bye bye.
Singapore radar on apparently. Alright, here we go. We have the arrival, there's 02 left, and we have the dry and wet line. So in the first taxiway right after, November 5. So, where's that? It's Whiskey 5, excuse me. So let's go ahead and select that for our brake to vacate one. Exit Whiskey 5, we got 1,800 meters of runway. Before then, perfect turnaround time, only 70 minutes. Conditions are dry. So we are looking fantastic. Set that up. We can even arm brake to vacate now. And with that, we'll zoom back out so we can see our flight path as we come on into Singapore here. Looks like there's a big group flight coming on Volanta. They're coming in from, that's somewhere in Saudi Arabia, correct? Yeah, it looks like most of them are out of either, I think that's Jeddah. Yeah, they come out of Jeddah, or I believe out of Medina, if that's how you pronounce that correctly. And then they're off to, what is this? Jakarta. So they got a big group flight going into there. But we have approach on, Singapore approach, and Singapore Tower. So we'll be all set coming in.
Singapore 635, descend 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet, Singapore 635. Singapore 635, request Bay Echo 24. Singapore 635, roger, expect Bay Echo 24. Bay Echo 24, Singapore 635.
Get some views for a minute as we cruise for the last 10 minutes before our descent here. If you go inside the airport, will there be a nice waterfall inside? We can absolutely go check it out. Jewel Shanghai. Or Jewel Changi, yeah. We do have a scenery for Singapore on our way in. So we can absolutely go check it out. Once we get closer to, on the ground and parked at the gate, we can go explore the airport a little bit, see if it has the waterfall and if it even works. I know it'll be modeled most likely, but we gotta see if it's working.
Singapore approach, good evening. Malindo 805, flight level 1904, descending flight level 160. Singapore correction, Malindo 805, Singapore approach, recycle squawk 2202. Squawk 2202, Malindo 805.
Singapore approach, Thai 408 with you at 220, descending 160.
Thai 408, Singapore approach, good evening. Malindo 805, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 101.
So I did
Descend 7,000 feet.
change the time a little bit. I pushed it forward a few hours. So we are going to actually see some sun as we go into Singapore here. Sunrise is just starting by the looks of it as we approach Singapore here. So it won't be completely dark. It's a little nicer of an approach coming in when you can actually see it. We got a turn coming up here. Would you guys want to be on a flight that lasts 18 hours? Because right now we're looking to be in the air 2306, and we're going to be in the air just over 18 hours, about 18 hours 10 minutes if I got it right. Maybe 12 minutes, 18 hours 12 minutes if we stick to the speeds on the way down and approach doesn't vector us any more than what we have set up. Are we still squawking? We're still squawking that. Put the squawk on this side. Go to the terminal charts here. We can tag up some approaches.
Approach, Thai 408. Am I able to take the star for my arrival?
Thai 408, negative. You can continue on present heading and expect radar vectors for arrival.
So there we go. This is our star.
Expecting vectors on arrival. Thank you.
And approach, we have ILS 02
Singapore approach, good evening.
left.
Descending to flight level 160.
Maybe I don't see it. I'm blind. There it is.
Singapore approach, good evening. Descend 10,000 feet. QNH 1013.
Tag that up.
Then 10,000.
And we can even pull up the airport chart here. Let's see. Is this that one? Yep, there it is. Perfect. And pin that. Perfect. So we have all our charts. So we got the Libar 2 Alpha, and then the ILS, and then the airport. So we're going to descend here shortly via the... and we're just going to set it to the last altitude here on the star, which is 4,000 feet. We'll check in that we're descending via the star once we get in range here. Let me see if I can't turn the brightness of these displays down a tad. There we go. That's a lot better. As you can see, we're coming up on top of the descent in just under 40 miles. I'm also on the lookout today. There was an Etihad 787 that showed up to San Jose Airport. An Etihad 787-8 to be exact. The Dash 8 is not even in the Etihad fleet. This is a specific Royal presidential flight one. which is very rare occurrence, and so I am trying to figure out when this is going to leave, and maybe if it's leaving today, hopefully can head out and see it, but that's a rare aircraft to see. It's a good thing daylight savings time is over now, so we have a lot more light for it. Excuse me. All right, we are coming up just about 5 miles away. I like to start at about 5 miles early. Just click in, and we are on descent. And with that, I'm going to be right back. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to head to the restroom real quick.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
Speed 200 knots, tie 408.
Malindo 805, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000 feet, Malindo 805.
Tempo 65, then right heading 290.
Right heading 290, Tempo 635.
Tempo approach briefing, Tempo 895, flight level 130. Tempo 895, Singapore approach, descend flight level, correction, descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend 7,000 feet, QNH 1013, Singapore 895.
Type 408, speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, tie 408.
Indonesia 1802, Singapore approach.
With you, sir. 180.
Indonesia 1802, turn right heading 200.
I'm back, everyone.
Turn right heading 200, Indonesia 180.
You can see we're on the descent here. I'm going to put in the star chart back up.
Indonesia 1802, apologies, turn right heading 020.
020, 180.
Oh, we did get the contact me for center, actually. 123.7.
So just give it a sec. No, no problem. He's very busy right now.
Center, good morning, Singapore 23, descending through 340 on the Liba 2 Alpha.
Singapore 23, Singapore radar, squawk 2233.
2233, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore 2224, sequencing, right heading 270.
Heading 270, Singapore 22 heavy.
Singapore 23 identified, into Singapore via radar vectors, expect ILS approach 102 left.
Expect ILS 02 left via radar vectors, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore 23, continue descend for level 160.
160, Singapore 23 heavy.
Indonesia E64, contact Jakarta, control, caution Jakarta, radar now 132.15, good day.
121, Malaysia.
There was another
Thank
Singapore
you,
on
goodbye.
that sound. Oh,
Good night.
2-2.
Alco 772, contact Jakarta, radar 132.15,
This will be fun.
good day.
We're gonna throw the seatbelt sign on. Ooh, that's the wrong way. So it's Singapore 2-2 on, and I'm Singapore 2-3. That's gonna be confusing.
Singapore 23, turn right, heading 160.
160, Singapore 2-3 heavy.
Singapore 23, report your indicated airspeed.
Indicated we will be holding 320.
Singapore 23, roger, maintain speed 320 knots until further advised.
Maintain 320 until further advised. Singapore 2-3 heavy. We got a Concorde coming in behind us, so we gotta stay fast.
Singapore 22, turn left heading 240.
Left heading 220, Singapore 22 heavy.
This won't be confusing at all. Let's see if we can see him. What altitude's he at? 28,000? Okay, he's below us. Oh, there he is. You can just see the flashing light just slightly as it comes by. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Singapore 22, continue descent for level 170.
Descent for level 170, Singapore 22 heavy. Good morning, Singapore 370.
It's so hard. It sounds like when he's saying 2-2, it sounds like 2-3.
Singapore 370, Singapore radar, contact level 240.
His mic's just a little muffled.
Singapore 22, turn left heading 170.
Left heading 170, Singapore 22 heavy.
We still got approaching the standby. Perfect. So it looks like we're gonna get radar vectors all the way in. Programming up a SID or a star wasn't much. Why was I not squawking mode Charlie? Huh.
One step for Singapore A14.
Singapore 14 monitor 122.8 today.
Going over to Unicorn 122.8. Thanks for the ATC service. Have a good day.
Singapore 23, turn right heading 180.
180, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore 22, reduce speed 250 knots.
Reduce 250, Singapore 22 heavy.
Singapore 23, reduce speed 300 knots.
300 knots, Singapore 23 heavy. This guy's doing a good job keeping us separated, getting that concourse slotted in right behind. There's a number of...
Reduce speed 250 knots.
Alright. Slowing 250, Singapore 23 heavy. So we're getting slowed on up. There's a couple departures out of Singapore. A couple of arrivals too that we're getting...
125, contact Jakarta radar 132.15.
Following in someone, I can see the lights actually.
Hola.
Let's see if I can't, let's see if we can't see TCAS below. There's the Singapore.
23, speed 220 knots.
220, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore 23, contact Singapore approach 124.6.
124.6, Singapore 23, thanks. Is that the
Singapore
Concorde
960,
right
contact
behind
Singapore
us that
radar
it's seeing?
123.7. Good night.
It is.
123.7, Singapore 960, good night.
Singapore approach, Singapore 23 heavy descending through 188 for 160, speed 220.
Singapore 23, Singapore approach. Good evening. Descend 7,000 feet. QNH 1013.
7,000 feet, 1013, Singapore 23 heavy.
Indonesia
That's
102, confirm climbing
set
flight
that
level 150.
into the standby 1013.
Oh, negative, sir. I'm doing. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, apologies. 102.
Type 108, send right heading 290.
It's a standard day, so we're just gonna go and set it
408.
anyways, so I don't forget about it. It's a standard day.
KLM 836, send right heading 290.
Right, 290,
Supposedly we're following in a
Indonesia 102, proceed direct
777
Oscar.
Singapore 895,
That's
so
the direct hospital.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for them.
Singapore approach, good evening. Singapore 22 Heavy Concorde, slot level 170 on your frequency.
Singapore 22, Singapore approach. Good evening. Descend 8,000 feet. QNH 1013.
Descend 8,000, QNH 1013, Singapore 22 Heavy.
I know Singapore Airlines was actually supposed to get Concordes early, but I don't know if they ever took delivery of them.
KLM 836, video speed 180 knots.
Reducing to 180 knots, KLM 836.
Type 408, turn right heading 350, cleared ILS approach, runway 02 left.
350, clear ILS, 02 left. Thank you, Type 408.
There's a couple of the aircraft. Oh yeah, we're
Indonesia
following,
102, climb flight level 200.
following the 777 right below us, and about 10 miles ahead, 9,000 feet below us. There's the giant, about 30 miles. I don't know if we'll be able to see him. He's probably in the clouds.
Indonesia 102, contact Singapore radar 123.7.
132.7. Thank you for the service. Good day, 102.
KLM 836, turn right heading 350, cleared localizer, runway 02 left.
Right, 350, clear localizer, 02 left, KLM 836.
Type 408, video speed 180 knots till 8 mile final, thereafter speed 150 knots till 4 mile final.
180 to 8 mile final and 150 after 4 mile final.
18.6, that's our tower frequency. Just put that into our standby.
Singapore 23, turn left heading 170.
Left 170, Singapore 23 heavy.
KLM 836, descend 3,000 feet.
Wonder if the Concorde's still going to be slotting behind us, or if they're going to be taking around the right side here, maybe.
Type 408, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, bye.
1186, Type 408, thank you.
KLM 836, cleared ILS approach, runway 02 left.
Okay, right, LS, runway 02 left, KLM 836.
See the KLM that he was talking to on the approach there. This is Singapore ahead of us, still about 6,000 feet below. And you can see the lights ahead of us.
Singapore 895, turn right heading 200.
Sun is starting to fully come up. Oh, look at that sunrise. If you think the sunrises in 2020 look good, wait, 2024 is insane. And I will, next A350 stream that I do, I will use 2024 because the A350 does work really well in 2024. I've enjoyed using that sim. There's the airport. All three runways. We're on the runway 20 side, so 20 right, center, and left, as we see that. And there's a multiplayer, but I'm going to turn the name tags off. And the airport just spawned in.
We established 2 left.
KLM 86, contact Singapore Tower 118.6, bye.
Over to Tower 196 for KLM 86, good day.
Dude, got a little bit of weather, it looks like, showing up on the radar. A little bit of a cell off to the forward right here. This will be interesting. We'll make a right turn. Wonder if we'll get some rain on the aircraft. We got wipers. We need. I've never seen this many settings on wipers. Does the rain repellent do anything? Nope. That is a slow wiper.
Singapore 895, descend 3,000 feet.
Oh, I can't go to the intermediates. It's either slow or fast. Ah, well. Coming up on 10,000 feet.
Singapore 23, turn right heading 200.
Right, 200, Singapore 23 heavy. So you go 200, landing lights, come on, wing lights on. So now the engines are lit up. And so is the rest of the wing a little bit. So we're at 17 hours and 59 minutes in the flight time there. 18 hours just clicked over. We've been in the air for 18 hours. Long, long flight. You can see us on the chart here. We're just getting vectored at this point. We actually didn't follow the star that we had set up. But we'll just pull up.
Descend 4,000 feet.
Down to 4,000, Singapore 23 heavy. So we're cleared down to 4,000.
Turn right heading 200.
Turn right heading 200, Singapore 23 heavy.
Oh yeah, the Concorde is being sequenced in behind us. So we better not go slow unless he's going to get 0 to center, I wonder. The approach speed on the Concorde is not slow by any means whatsoever. Sure, all you guys have seen, London Heathrow today is not having a good day. They had a big fire over by a power substation there in London. Shut down power to most of the airport over there. So all the flights today in and out of London Heathrow are just straight up canceled. A lot of flights diverted that were already in the air, coming from the US and Asia.
Climb to flight level 30 with heading 023 Jigu.
Singapore 22, turn right heading 180.
Confirm it's turn right or turn left heading 180, Singapore 22 heavy.
Singapore 22, apologies, turn left heading 180.
Left heading 180, Singapore 22 heavy.
Malaysian 232 identified, climb flight level approach. Malaysian 232, Singapore approach identified, climb flight level 150, turn left heading 350.
Charlotte heading 350, climb flight level 150, Malaysia 232.
Singapore 895, turn right heading 290.
Right 290, Singapore 895.
Oh, if I click on the aircraft, it actually shows. That's cool. That's actually really cool. So they're 1,800 feet below, relative altitude and 1,700 feet below. That's what they're at. They're at 3,200, doing 223 knots, 6 miles ahead. That's
232, turn left heading 350.
Charlotte heading 350, Malaysia 232.
That's really cool. I like that. I like being able to see that. Alright, I'm gonna go
Singapore
back.
23, descend 3,000 feet.
3,000, Singapore 23 heavy. There he is. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the wing light off.
Singapore 895, turn right heading
Oh.
350, cleared ILS approach, runway 02 left.
Screenshot that.
350, ILS approach, runway 02 left, Singapore 895.
Malaysian 232, stop climb.
Sorry, say that again. Singapore approach, Malaysia 232.
Wing lights back on.
Malaysian 232, stop climb at 6,000 feet.
Roger, stop climbing, Malaysia 232.
There he goes, 3,000 feet. Aircraft starting to spool back up. There's the KLM off to our left, or our right, excuse me. Should be getting a right.
Turn right heading 200.
Be getting a right turn here shortly.
200, Singapore 22.
Singapore 23, turn right heading 350.
Right 350, Singapore 23 heavy. I'm gonna right turn all the way around 250 here. Long turn around.
Singapore 895, establish 02 left.
Singapore 895, contact Singapore Tower 118.6.
118.6, Singapore 895, thank you, bye.
Goodbye.
That's incredible looking.
Singapore 22, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000 feet, Singapore 22.
Malaysian 232, climb flight level 150.
Climb flight level 150, Malaysia 232.
And pull up the ILS bugs here on our PFD. And I'm gonna go direct just to help get the computer. Knowing where we're going, we're gonna go from position direct to here. But I still want to keep nav. There we go. 350. Perfect.
Singapore 23 on present heading cleared. Localizer correction clear. ILS approach runway 02 left.
Present heading clear for ILS 02 left. Singapore 23 heavy. Armed localizer. Wow. What a morning sunrise. I'm glad I didn't keep it at nighttime. I will say that. I'm glad I didn't keep it at night. For Singapore 23, is speed our discretion?
Singapore 23, A speed at own discretion.
Speed our discretion, thanks. Singapore 23. Just want to start slowing it up.
232, proceed direct Maspo.
180.
Malaysia 232.
And I'm going to start dropping some flaps here, so let's...
Climb flight level 240 final.
Flight level 240.
Singapore 22, turn right heading 320.
Love that sound.
Right heading 320, Singapore 22.
I got localizers captured. We'll arm the approach here. Got a little bit of a headwind up here. 24 knot headwind. I'm gonna go back to this and we're gonna do TCAS normal.
Singapore 23, contact Singapore Tower 118.6 for flight.
18.6 over the tower, Singapore 23 heavy, thanks. So we're over the tower now. Cabin is ready. We are
Singapore
going.
356, square taxi.
Singapore 356, taxi Victor Romeo Tango, holding point Tango 12, runway 02 center.
Taxi Victor Romeo Tango, holding point Tango 12, runway 02 center, Singapore 356.
Look at that, gears coming down. Gear down and locked. Nose gears bright. Tower Singapore 23 heavy, established ILS 02 left.
Singapore 23, Singapore Tower, good evening, runway 02 left, continue approach.
Continue Singapore 23 heavy.
2,500.
2,500 coming in. We're so good at flaps. One. I'm gonna slow us to 160. And drop the next notch of flaps coming out here. Gonna arm the spoilers. Spoilers armed. And we're at 5 mile final. I'm gonna whack it onto FMS speed. And we can go and drop the rest of the flaps. Let's do this view. This is the one that I've set that you can hear it the loudest.
Singapore 905, AK Whiskey 3, turn right Whiskey.
AK Whiskey 3, turn right Whiskey, Singapore 905.
Dang, you went all the way down to Whiskey 3. We're planning Whiskey 5 for our exit here. Not the co-pilot seat. So I want to double check something. I want to see what gate.
Singapore 23, surface wind 340 degrees, 4 knots, runway 02 left, clear to land.
02 left, clear to land, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore Tower, good evening, Singapore.
So we're gonna look for gate
Singapore 54, Singapore Tower.
Alpha
54,
14. That's where the real flight went to last time.
40 to Manchester, information unit.
1,000 feet. Helipad's out. My aircraft.
Singapore 54,
Look at this
information
real
uniform
quick.
is correct. You are cleared to
Oh my.
Manchester via the Aroso 3 Echo departure. Expect flight level 340, squawk 0140.
Wow.
Aroso 3
What a
Echo
view.
departure, flight level 340, squawking 0140, Singapore 54. Singapore 54, read correct. Singapore 895, Bay Bravo 9er, taxi Whiskey Victor 6, Victor 13 to the Bay.
500.
Singapore 895.
400.
Getting a little low on the path here.
Singapore 895, Bay
Recovering.
Bravo 9er, taxi Whiskey Victor 6, Victor 13 to the Bay.
300.
9, Victor Whiskey, Victor 6, Victor
Overcorrected a little bit there.
Singapore 895, thank you. Actually, Singapore 895, hold position due traffic landing and will be vacating in front of you. Copy, Singapore 895.
100. 50.
Singapore 54, ready for
40.
push and start.
30. Retard. 20. 10.
Singapore 54, pushback approved to face
Easy, 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 easy.
Push start approved,
Beauty.
Singapore 54.
A little bit of lag here.
Singapore Tower, good evening. Singapore 22, have a final runway.
Reverse is closed, 60 knots.
Singapore
I'm gonna
22, runway 2 to left, continue approach.
Auto brake off. I want manual from here to keep the speed up.
Singapore 23, vacate Whiskey 5, taxi head on Quebec.
Whiskey 5 and what was the rest of that? Singapore 23?
Singapore 23, vacate Whiskey 5 and taxi ahead on Quebec.
Ahead onto Quebec, Singapore 23 heavy.
Singapore 895, continue taxi Whiskey, hold short Quebec. Continue taxi Whiskey, hold short Quebec, Singapore 895.
Clearing the runway.
H1013 hectopascals. Sport mode Charlie on all taxiways.
Uh-oh.
Taxiway designations may not be accurate on scenery. Refer to charts. New start effective error 2403 arrival via Alpha.
Singapore 23, Bay Echo 28, taxi Quebec and Papa 7 to the Bay.
Quebec, Papa 8 to Echo, was it 8?
Singapore 23, Bay Echo 28.
Oh, Echo. Bay Echo 28 via Quebec and Papa 8 to run, Singapore 23 heavy.
And it's via Quebec and Papa 7.
Oh, Quebec, Papa 7, sorry about that. Singapore 23 heavy. There we go. There we go, like so. Landing lights can come off now. Taxi lights, strobes off, wing lights off. We can start the APU. So we're going to go to the ground here. We're going to be going GSX menu, and we're looking for Echo.
Singapore 22 Heavy, we ran into a little problem. I think it's a bug from the software, so we'll disconnect from here. Sorry about that. Singapore 22, no worries. See you again next time. See ya.
Flight time, 18 hours, 13 minutes.
Bay Bravo 9er, taxi Whiskey, Victor 6, Victor 13 to the Bay.
Quite the flight that we had.
Bay Bravo 9, taxi Whiskey, Victor 6, Victor 13, Singapore 895. Thank you.
Can we see the hotel that's, let's see. Sorry, I've been missing the chat a little bit. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. You're gonna have no lag delta. We had a little bit of lag. I think it was the aircraft automatically switching to the ground charts here that caused that little bit of lag. Can we see the hotel that looks like a boat on top of the 3 building? Oh yes, from your plane. We can. I don't know if that's from the. I missed it from the plane, but we can actually go look at it now. Sun in those here, yeah. It was a beautiful landing. Absolute butter. We can see our. Let's see what my landing rate was. -46. Is this Papa 7? Yes, this is Papa 7. We'll go ahead and make the right turn here on the Papa 7.
Singapore 356, report ready.
Singapore 356, fully ready.
Singapore.
Sorry about that, hit the mic there by accident.
0 degrees, 4 knots. Climb 3,000 feet. Run with your 2 center, clear for takeoff via Tango 12.
Clear for takeoff, 02 center via Tango 12, Singapore 85. Present Singapore 356.
Singapore 54 ready for taxi. Singapore 54 taxi Victor Romeo Tango up, disregard.
The round glass building is where the waterfall is. Yeah, that's where the waterfall is. As soon as we park and get shut down, we'll go ahead and go explore around the airport a little bit.
Victor Romeo holding point Whiskey 9 runway 02 to that Singapore 54.
Trying to keep it where our speed under control. This thing has a lot of idle thrust. I think this is our gate off the right here. Delta 40 and Echo 28. There is our parking spot. Alright, we'll go ahead and make the right turn in. Taxi light to off. Always turn your taxi lights off when going into the gate. Be nice to your ground crew. It's actually painful. And we have VDGS bringing us in. Bring the nose around slowly. Did I get right on the center line? Let me see. Oh, I'm very close to being straight.
2.24 QNH 1013 hectopascals.
Okay, and we're listening to ATIS again.
Sport mode Charlie on all taxiways. Taxiway designations may not be accurate on scenery. Refer to charts. New SID effective error 2403. Acknowledge information uniform. Singapore Changi Air. Singapore Changi
And there's a
Airport.
stop.
Departure. Information Victor. Time 1700.
Oi.
Departure runway 02.
Back to 18.6, please. Alright. We're in the gate. Lights are as required. Shut down. There you go. Seatbelts to off. We're going to come over here to ground and
Singapore 54, check your squawk 0140.
request deboarding.
Apologies, standby.
Again, throw that off. Flight director's out. Come over here. Servo. Transponder to standby. Standby. There we go. Yep. Confirm.
54, reach at 0140.
And with that, oh, we need the beacon off.
Surface wind 340.
Beacon lights off.
Correction.
Perfect.
Surface wind 330 degrees, 4 knots. Runway 02 left. Yes, take off.
The gate had a little trouble connecting there, but it did all right. Oh, we are. Maybe I don't have a GSX profile set up for this airport, or the taxiways are a little, or the markings are a little off. But we're a little far in. It's all right, and all good. Got chocks in place. And let's go and look around the airport a little bit. I'm gonna turn the speed up in ChasePlane here for this drone camera. Go to preferences, world, perfect. All right. So here's the waterfall. I think they have it sealed up. Oh, they kind of have the waterfall going a little bit. They kind of have it modeled, but it's not like animated waterfall. Let's see. We should be able to see the city. There's that building that with the boat on top of it that you're asking about, with the 3 buildings and the big rooftop deck. That's got to be quite the place to see. Where's the Concorde? Is it still connected? I don't know if the Concorde is still connected. Might have missed the Concorde. We got KLM, that is Singapore 777, Singapore A350. There goes the Singapore A350. Apparently it's wet now over there. Use a lot of runway. Where are you off to, bud? Let's see. I probably gotta go pull a VATSIM radar to find out where he's going. He's not. He's on Volanta, but doesn't have a flight plan.
Singapore 54, no further ATC, monitor advisory 1.
Singapore 54. He's off to Manchester.
Advisory 128, good day, Singapore 54.
Is this the multiplayer? Is this a multiplayer guy? Yeah, he's multiplayer.
Singapore Tower is now closed. Monitor advisory 122.8. Bye bye.
Thank you. Love you. Got to give the thank you, love you for the tower as they sign off. Singapore 73 over there. Well, that was a very successful flight, I think. Oh, they unloaded that fast. They're already closing up the cargo doors. Well, let's go around real quick. We can take a look at the other parts of the airport. I believe all the fun stuff, like I think must be a big section mall in here. Same thing in here. I think that's where the main attractions. I don't know, because they have like a movie theater in this airport. They got a lot of stuff in this airport. Let's see how the tower. I want to see the tower view. Let's go to main tower view. Does that put me in the tower? It puts it. Oh, it's a little off from where the tower. It's got to be just scenery dependent on how the ChasePlane reads the tower of where like the scenery developer places the tower. But ladies and gentlemen, with that was a successful, very successful, longest flight in the world, 18 hours and 13 minutes en route. Thanks everyone for tuning in this morning. If you're here yesterday evening as well, thanks for tuning in then as well. Hope to be doing more flights like these in the future. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe. We'll be back for more in the future. Without further ado, I will see everyone in the next video and stream. Bye-bye, everyone.